Hello, everyone. This is Yonks with REtoken, the real estate DAO, and it is very excited, fun, all of that here. Our second ambassadors team call during REtoken relaunch. We're really getting some teams identified here in our foundational phase. We are currently in season 0 here at REtoken. So if you're thinking about getting involved in a DAO, welcome. We are all learning together, and we would love to have you along with the process. So I'm just going to go around the circle here real quick and just introduce who we are, just as far as who's on the call. I'm not going to do an in-depth introduction because we've got a lot of agenda here and want to actually start doing some work. That's one of the things that we love. We actually get things done. But welcome tonight, Rosetta, and we've got Blackfire, Dax, Amy, and Mrs. Yonks. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And again, going to hop right into the agenda. So over here, we have Trello. And for those that aren't familiar, that is the tool that we use for getting all the things done here at REtoken. And I'm just going to close this tab real quick, or this little card for tonight's agenda. Make the screen large here so that you can all see like the different lists that we have. And one that we're going to talk a little bit about tonight is the bounty board. And that's one of the initiatives that we're going to take under our wing here as the ambassadors, not the bounty board specifically, but the onboarding of new people here to REtoken, the real estate DAO. So going right into the agenda, we are a tokenized Web3 community, and this is one of the things that like to have on the front side. And I'm going to just make this a little larger so that everybody can see that very well on your screen. So we participate. Like, one of the questions that people ask is, how do I earn REtoken? So like the people that are participating right now are earning REtoken. And one of the other tools that we're going to talk about here briefly is Coordinate. That's a tool that we're currently in the implementation phase right now. And then one of the other opportunities that I keep on putting out here to the metaverse, if you will, is that we have an opportunity. We would really like to elevate our live stream. That's one of the main channels that we're live right now on several channels. And that's another opportunity, like right here, this one that I skipped over, and I'm glad that I didn't, or that I came back to that, or circle back, is the POAP from our core team call last week. So eloquently had me quoting. But those that are people that chime in on the live stream, we do reward that because we love the engagement. We love the questions. And I'm going to actually digress momentarily and go over to our live stream channel. I'm going to give a quick shout out and just a reminder, those people that are on the Zoom, if you could have the technical capability to chime in. And I'm going to say hello, everyone, as well. All right, so, and I'm going to keep on going here. So again, and I want to thank Mrs. Yonks for doing such a great job on the secretarial aspects, tracking the participation. This is one of the opportunities that exists, and that's one of the things. Looking forward, we've got the dev team call coming up tomorrow. This is actually our Google Calendar that's coming up tomorrow. And we'll probably look at this a little bit because I know that I've got a agenda point to talk about the next ambassadors team call during we've got the holiday season underway next week, later next week. So the other thing too is the YouTube post-production, and we've been so blessed and fortunate. Julie J.M. Luther, who just recently got nominated for New Community Member of the Week. We also have Blackfire that got nominated for Community Member of the Week. Yes, cheers too. Thank you for using the emojis there in the Zoom chat. So, and we do regularly invite people. If you want to come out and hang out with us, want a little bit more interactive experience, we do have the Zoom open. We invite you here. So, and this is just kind of going through as far as who's doing what behind the scenes. Amy, we love the POAPs. We do reward the POAPs, and I'm going to just show the one that we've got here tonight. We do have a fun POAP contest, and if I have time, I'll talk about that later. Remind me, Amy, if I forget, but it's not really related to the ambassadors agenda. Here's the one. Team ambassador, that's what we're on right now. So anyway, getting back to our agenda. So Coordinate, this is one of the things, we are in the implementation phase of Coordinate, and this is one of the things that I did want to confirm. And thank you, Mrs. Yonks, again for helping out with the administration of the Coordinate. And I think that was more on the content team. And that's another opportunity as well, because like almost everything that we do here in some way, in my opinion, could be looked at as a piece of content. Another conversation for another team. Anyway, the ambassadors team right here. So let's actually take a look at the allocate. So this is my profile on Coordinate. This is a very easy to use tool. You literally connect, like I use a MetaMask wallet. You can connect, I think, some other kinds, but that's the one that I use. So like one of the steps that you do here, and this is, let me go back to the agenda real quick. So this is one thing, quickly show adding allocations with this description. So this is one way right now, while we're working on getting more team definition, that I'm going to do here, because I really appreciate people that showed up to the Zoom. And then also I'm going to give an extra bonus for people that I felt were a little extra prompt. So like the first person that was on the call tonight was Blackfire. So I'm going to just do this one allocation right now so that you can see what this process looks like. So right now, I haven't put anything in here as far as what I'm doing. I'm going to just put this in real quick here and make a slight adjustment on this. So I'm going to put on here tonight, well, I could say hosting right now, because I guess we're technically underway. And I saw KR Win joined us. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. So hosting the ambassadors call on Friday via live stream. So this is where you put what you are contributing to the DAO in an ambassador capacity. So we might go into, like, show you an actual example a little bit here later, but I wanted to keep on going here because I wanted to do an allocation. So right now I'm going to save the epoch settings, this like something that I contributed to the ambassadors team. So save the epoch settings, and then the next window right here. And right now we have 100 give. So think of that as like your weekly budget to spread the goodwill when you see, and think of it as kind of like praise nuggets or whatever, however you want to think of that. And one of the other opportunities, and I don't want to go too much into detail on this. I'm just trying to instill some best practices and give you some ideas. So I'm going to give Blackfire +5 for being, and thank you again, Blackfire, for all that you're bringing to the community. So right there, I saved that allocation, and you can see up here, it went down to 95. So one of your jobs as an ambassador participating in Coordinate is to give out 100% of your gives. So you should, when you're all done here on Sunday, you should have 0 gives left to allocate. And we've got another opportunity on Sunday after the core team call to have an end of the week sync. That's 4 on Sunday. If you need some help with Coordinate, that's why that we're structuring this, because we're all learning this tool together. So let me actually make sure that we've got everybody real quick. This was, again, me showing what you would do in just practicing there, or like not actually practicing. I did allocate some gifts to Blackfire. So, and I've got this on the Trello card real quick. Quickly show adding allocations with this description. And this other bullet point real quick here, let's take a look. And this is the admin panel. Most people, unless you're actually participating in right now, the 3 or 4 admins that we've got identified. So this is who that we've got on here. We will take a look as far as who is participating in here, and we will take that offline to make sure that everybody that's wanting to participate gets added for that. Does anybody have any questions? I've thrown a lot of stuff here real quick, talked a little bit about Coordinape, and again, don't want to go too deep on the Coordinape because we've got a whole hour allocated for this on Sunday. But I'm gonna go on mute and give everybody an opportunity to chime in here real quick. And one of the things I'm going to try to do better too is using some of the functionality here in Zoom, like the Dax did the applause, and I see he's got his mic open. So go ahead, Dax.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Jason. Explaining that. That's great. Fantastic. I love the tool too. It's very simple. I think this is one of the example of one of the VBoodle, principle or however you want to call them, the KISS, property or KISS philosophy. Yeah. So this is an example of KISS philosophy that we are, embarked on using this tool. Hopefully moving forward, continue to using this tool. But anyways, just a quick thing that I would like to. Is there I did a little research on this thing, but I'm just curious to know what is your take on this? Is there a proposed way of allocating gives or give tokens? Would it be as soon as you end the call, or you can just do it at the end of the week or something like that? Is there recommended way of doing the allocation?
Well, so one of the things to keep in mind. So let me go to the ambassador team chat channel here on Discord. So right here, you can see and here's the one when the Coordinape webhook made an update. So users that made new allocations today, and this was an update that automatically comes in every day at 4 p.m. Eastern time. So you can see here that Teresa and Blackfire gave some allocations. And I sent a tweet out earlier where when Blur's Day did the bounty that he did in the voting proposals channel to increase let's see, it was this one right here, to increase the bounty for the HOW, because it's taking more effort than it really looked like. So this was a fabulous. So that was something, and I sent out this tweet earlier as far as the right here. It was actually 2 tweets. I was hashtag best practices for Coordinape. When you see a friend do something amazing, allocate them some give and praise their contribution. And here was the screenshot that I did. Just here during our team call tonight, when Blackfire was the first person on time, I publicly praised him during this call, and I showed you the example in the right here in the Trello card of what I copied and pasted, and then just providing you a personal way of the example that I did here. So that's something that we can continue to have some conversations about, establishing some amazing culture here, because the big opportunity that we have here when we're allocating the gives is to thank our teammates for contributing, because that's one of the things I believe our society today doesn't have enough praise and recognition, and people are really starved for that. And the opportunity for us to create a fun environment. I mean, because one of the things here too about season 0 and the way that we're doing our tokenomics, we don't even have on our roadmap until Q3 of 2022 any intentions or plans to have our token REtoken on any type of exchange, and based on my understanding of securities regulations. So that's something that we're working towards. So the dynamic of creating a fun, encouraging, positive environment, and this is one of the things too, the other opportunity here, when you're making your epoch statement, and this is something that doesn't have to be set in stone. As you continue to do contributions to the team throughout the week, and we'll have more opportunities to do that. And that's one of the things I would encourage everybody if you see something that needs to be done, please, like, that's one of the things I've been begging, like, here on the FAQ page, and like, as we get better workflows, and that's what this whole like REtoken relaunch, like one of the opportunities for us, the ambassadors team, like let's take a look here real quick, because this is one of the things that we need to do as the ambassadors team here this month, is define our team. Like going over here to our how to participate, teams, ambassadors. See, like we have a blank page. This is our opportunity, is to make this not a blank page by the end of this month. So, and this isn't something that I should probably have on the agenda. So that's something that we'll make sure that we add as a deliverable from us, the ambassadors team, to characterize here what we will be delivering and contributing. Because like, I would really like to see, like, we are kind of like during learning this coordinate, and I do want to actually show, and I'm going to bring up the screenshots. I'm going to show everybody where it's at on the Discord here real quick. So this was one of the proposals that I just put forward, and let me go there. And this is one that I would encourage everybody, because this is I had a fun post, and scrolling up, there was quite a bit of chat here, because we did get caught up on some airdrops, and community member of the week, Blackfire, new community member of the week, Mrs. Yonk's community. Anyway, so this thread here, right, with the POAP from our round one from December the 5th, there's a thread right here in the poll, and this is an opportunity. I'm going to talk about this on the core team call, going to talk about it on the community call. That's why it ends in 5 days. But it's important to understand, because we've talked about coordinate, and I want people to like really know how that we're going to be using this. So let's take a look at these screenshots in here, because the ones that are relevant are the ones, of course, because this is the ambassadors call. So let me actually open, now that you've seen where it's at on the Discord, and this is something I would encourage everybody, and I had to show the Jerry Maguire, show me the money. And just to be clear, REtoken is for fun. We do have on our GitHub as well, we do have our token policy right here under FAQs. And I think I need to refresh this, because I think I moved it over here. Let's see. Oh yeah, right here. See, there it is. REtoken token policy. So if you have any questions, I mean, this is our token policy. That's not changed, and I don't anticipate that it'll change here in the near term. Anyway, going back, let me bring open these screenshots, and while I'm doing that, feel free to chime in with some thoughts or questions. Okay, that seemed to be easier. So this is what the one looks like. This is the one we're talking about doing a 250 REtoken budget. And what again, keep in mind that this is just for this, and like we're not having any conversation right now as far as changing the dynamic. Like everybody that's participating in this call right now is still getting the same REtoken, and we're not talking about changing any of that. So look at this coordinate, like what's on this table, as a bonus. And this is what I had originally been putting forward as I thought a fair budget amount, but then I started looking at these 250 REtoken, and I really want the effort right now, because right now we don't really have a lot of deliverables. Like the main thing that we need to get delivered here is some definitions around our team, and then we also need to create some opportunities for ourselves. like one opportunity, and this is the next thing on the agenda. But so this is the one, what it looks like for 250 REtoken. Let me show you the one. And after I saw that, I was like, yeah, let's take a look and see what it looks like when I turn the knob from 250 REtoken budget to 500 REtoken budget, which is the second screenshot here. And I'm going to do this, open this up, make it bigger here so that everybody can see. So this is what it's going to look like. And what we can do here with this is we just take this, we drop it in, do the airdrop like what I normally do. Super easy. So as far as like fulfilling this and the opportunity of, potentially automating that at some point, that's, that's a challenge and an opportunity of the dev team. I think that there's some much bigger opportunities to focus on than this piece, because like right now we're still evaluating Coordinape and the DAO tooling. There's going to be lots of effort done throughout the community. I mean, like been advocating the degen bot, but that's another conversation more for the dev team. But this is, does anybody have any questions on this? And again, I want to serve most of the deeper conversations on Coordinape, but I don't know if everybody's going to be able to participate on Sunday. So we're really, Dax, working on establishing some best practices. And, if you find that somebody's doing something, because like one of the other opportunities in Coordinape is it does have a team, like going over here to, this is the ambassadors team. When we click on settings, and let me make this a little bigger here for everybody, make it full screen. Okay, so when we click on settings here, so going down, so where it's got team selection enabled, there's some type of capability within Coordinape, and Coordinape is very much a work in progress. I mean, this tool didn't exist a year ago, so also keep that in mind. So it's only going to get better. It's being used by a lot of the largest DAOs within the space, and excited to be using it. And right now we've got the vouching turned off. That's something that we can explore too when we get a little bit more, foundation laid right now, so that we can have faster and more scalable growth. But I'm gonna stop, give everybody a moment or two to chime in on this, and we've got still 25 minutes left, and this is one thing that I wanted to touch on because this is an exciting aspect of the foundation that we're creating here. All right, well, I'm going to keep on going, and again, if that's something that you would like, we've got the call coming up on Sunday, but we're all learning that here together on the Coordinape. So let us meet. That was another new tool that we facilitated, and I wanted to thank everybody. It was this was again another functionally social experiment. Everything that we're doing here is a social experiment. I'd actually encourage you all to be thinking as far as like, hey, I've got this great idea, this is an opportunity that we see, and the opportunity to either float that through the opportunities channel on Discord. And like, if you've got an idea, like you're all here hanging out on a Friday evening because you're passionate about what we're doing here and you see the opportunity to participate in this ambassadors team that we're creating here. So if you've got some ideas, bring them forward. We love hearing things, and we're willing to try different things out, see what works, see what doesn't work, and like this, let us meet. Let's actually show that real quick, because this was another opportunity that people that completed the let us meet, and here's actually the let us meet. I'm going to refresh it because I actually scheduled it. So this is what it looked like before I actually used Let Us Meet. Now I've got another video that I did that I am going to upload, haven't done that, but let me refresh this because we scheduled this. We're on the call right now, which is this one right here. So everybody saw that process. So one of the things that we did on that is that we had, and I'm going to reset this and show, I can't remember if I've got it linked here. I don't see it, but I'm going to show the card. So from a workflow standpoint, Trello, again, is how we're tracking the bounties. And here was the bounty card that created for the Let Us Meet here, and showed everybody what that looked like. And the way that we structured that bounty was originally provided 25 REtoken. We had 4 people, and I was like, I'd really like to see if we could get some more people respond. And then we ended up having a total of 10 people. And the thing that's really fabulous, you can just like scroll through and you can see people's ability, and it creates this fabulous heat map. And I wanted to just hear, some thoughts while we're talking about this, how everybody felt about this new tool, and is that something that you would like to see us use again? We've got the potentially the opportunity to use it again this next week, and I'm going to go on mute, let you all chime in, leave the calendar. I'm going to leave it on this week, and we can take a look at next week here after you all chime in some thoughts.
Jason, this is Rosetta. Does the Let Us Meet sync with the Google Calendar?
What happens is it sends an email, and and this was scheduled like literally an hour ago. So, and I can't remember, did you have, this is actually one of the things that I actually like about a tool like Let Us Meet compared to Calendly, is that whenever the event facilitator, like for example, and so no, it doesn't. And I actually like that it doesn't, because it makes it simpler in my opinion. But it does send an email whenever the event is scheduled with the tool. And that's something that I think that you should have got with whatever. And I don't know if you actually went through the process of creating the Let Us Meet, but if we wanted to here, this is an opportunity where we could say, hey, let's take a look at the calendar next week, because Tuesday or Wednesday, and maybe it makes more sense to put this over here. I was actually thinking in this time slot of doing the coordinate, since we've got no holiday end of week sync, and that's I think why I was thinking Tuesday here would be the best day. But if we wanted to do another Let Us Meet, this is a decision we have the opportunity of making right now.
I really like the functionality on Let Us Meet, especially now that we are becoming more international and we're not just dealing with US time zones. So I think this is really nice to make sure that we're not excluding anybody that isn't in the US.
Yeah, and to carry that thought even further, we've been very intentionally having conversations about building an inclusive and platform agnostic community. And Let Us Meet is definitely, because we've used some of the functionality in Discord as far as just ad hoc emoji polls. We've used Sesh Poll for finding availability, for coordinating this exact sort of thing. And the challenge of that, and we're being very intentional about developing a platform or a community that can grow outside of for whatever the reasons. And anyway, that's another conversation on that topic. Thank you, Tyler, for leading the initiative on our new platform team. We do have the opportunity, if you're interested in those conversations, we've got an hour allocated for a live stream Zoom on Monday, December 20th at 7 Eastern, and we'll have the Sesh event created for this and the rest of next week's events here in the next day or so on Discord there. But going back, if you all want to do a Let Us Meet here for Tuesday, and then, because people's availability might be very different this Tuesday, because a lot of people take the whole week off here. So up to you all. And, that'd be a plus 10 REtoken bonus the way I see it, honestly.
What are your available?
I have a question, Jason.
Yes, go for it.
On the Let Us Meet, are we using this in replace of when we're doing the events on Discord, or what's the specific use are we going to use Let Us Meet? I'm just wondering, is it just like a meetup? Are we going to
And
use this
it's
for the ambassador program?
right now we don't have a weekly cadence set for the ambassadors team, and like we've got a lot going on. Like right now we've got extra conversations about coordinate specifically, and like the opportunity for somebody that would like to lead the ambassadors team. So I really see us using Let Us Meet when a weekly recurring meeting can't easily be identified within the scope of things. So like, and that's the thing too, it's not completely clear, like the new platform team, is that a team that we're going to need to operate perpetually? You know, who knows? That just depends on, I hopefully we won't call it a new platform, and hopefully we're not going to be continually looking at new platforms for deploying within our community. But to get back to your question, you know, this is a tool that makes it easy when we're working on finding the best time based upon people's availability to, and then also like when we're looking like with Mighty Networks and Circle, you know, having Let Us Meet, that's a very easy to use mobile, and I mean it works great on a mobile device or whether it works great on a desktop. It makes it easy to quickly see and create the opportunity to allow the largest amount of people to participate in that. So it's a tool that we can use to when it makes sense to. And I have, you know, and that's something, if it's a question, you know, especially like as leaders, like you know, I'm really expecting from an event workflow standpoint, we've got this team captain component also being introduced here. And that's really something that I'm expecting from an event facilitation standpoint would be facilitated by team captain. So I have full confidence in anybody that's acting in a team captain capacity that they can use that discretion when it makes sense to use a tool like Let Us Meet.
Hey, Jason, do you want to talk any more about the what the ambassadors would actually do, or do we want to kind of have that discussion on this call?
Well, let's right now I would really feel good to make a decision as far as the time for next week, whether we want to use Let Us Meet again or we want to just go with the 7 o'clock window that I've got as that placeholder right now for the 21st.
This, I think we scheduled this call because this is what everybody picked. Is this time still good for wherever everybody is right now? Or can anybody specifically not make it at this time next week? It's going to be Christmas Eve, so I don't know if you're.
No, it's the 21st.
Well, a week from today or Wednesday.
Okay, so I've got the screen share. I'm talking about having this on Tuesday, not wanting to do anything after. Yeah, so we've got nothing on. Yeah, we've got our community call on Wednesday, and that's going to be like, you know, a holiday party type of a thing. So if anybody wants to figure out, like, I'll just plant that seed. If somebody wants to do some fun, like holiday party type of virtual holiday party for our community call, you know, I'm just putting that out there. But yeah, so I don't know again what will make the most sense, you know, and like if somebody gets really serious about wanting to take a leadership role for the ambassadors team, that's still a question mark. I haven't seen that that's the case right now, based upon the conversations that have unfolded thus far. And I'm if we can't make a decision, I'll just kick out a Let Us Meet, and we can figure out on Tuesday, or like if the 7 o'clock is good, I'll just remove those question marks and get that coordinated for next Tuesday.
I think the 7 o'clock is good if that is good for Blackfire, because that's really like an 8 o'clock this time. Would you rather move it on like an hour later, Blackfire?
Yeah, I mean, if we want to bump it down, pull it down to 8, that's fine too.
He'd put in chat he was having an internet problem, so I'm not sure if he's back with us yet. But yeah, I think that we should bump it an hour later to make it more convenient for him. That'd be nice.
or do you all want to just do another let us meet? I mean,
I think this hour, just a little later, is good for everyone since we're here. If anybody is not okay with that, uh, please voice your disagreement. It's just that if Blackfire already mentioned that was really early for him, I think we should take that into consideration.
well, let's just go with the 8 o'clock for next week and move on with the agenda, because I want to get on to the important thing here, which is, and let me get back to the agenda card. And I think I saw that Michael joined. Welcome, Michael. We just made the decision that we're going to go next week for our next call at 8 o'clock, and was speaking about Coordinate for a decent portion of that, because one of the decisions that we've got, and I'll talk more about that not tonight, but on the core team call. So here's the agenda for tonight. So this is what I'm wanting to focus on for the remainder is onboarding, introductions, and a bounty board, working on refining the initial experience. Like, and this is one of the bigger opportunities, just as far as the umbrella that we keep on and will continue probably to talk about until we really get that dialed in, and we're far from that right now. But like we've made quite a bit of changes to Discord, and one of the things, as most people know, run a very threaded Discord. And the opportunity to kind of like set the pace of this here when we get in and create a thread. And one of the things also that I would like to see us do is think about working towards developing an onboarding quest. And that's something that our friends at Bankless DAO have got nailed in. And if you're curious about that, you know, hop in their Discord if you haven't, and you'll that's pretty much how that their experience starts off. They've got some amazing statistics to, you know, be intentional, because like the other thing too is you can't really improve upon that which you don't measure. And like the opportunity for us to be intentional as ambassadors so that we can, you know, quantify our efforts, but then also we love proportionally rewarding people that are delivering quantifiable results. So the more that we can be thoughtful about quantifying the results that we're delivering as ambassadors, and the ambassadors can take a lot of different shapes and stuff, and I don't really want to put any like particular reference on that. But one of the opportunities that we have here, and this is one of the things that I've actually put forward, and I think I'm going to put it forward in a little different manner as far as being more intentional about getting the proposal refined, but just creating an opportunity for whomever that creates an introduction, like 10 REtoken. Super basic. And this can be kind of like from a workflow standpoint, a bounty. So like, let's actually put some context to that. Like right now, we don't have a bounty board template list. So let me go through here real quick, because this is one of the cool things about Trello, and we don't have a whole lot of time left, but I wanted to add another list, and we're going to call this bounty board. And I'm going to call it templates on the front side here, templates, so that it's very easy for people to see. And I might even add some more. I've been getting increasingly having more and more fun with the emojis, and that's probably been pretty clear in the communications if you've been paying attention on that. So moving this right, this templates bounty board. So let's just add this card here. So let's say introduction bounty / onboarding quest, and we'll call ambassadors team, and we'll just put this here. So there's our, and we'll put here in this, we'll call this a template too. Okay, So like a checklist. I don't know if anybody likes checklists. I love a checklist. It makes things super easy. Checklist manifesto. If you like audiobooks, highly recommend that. Anyway, checklist. Let's call this the intro slash onboarding checklist. And we'll just call it December 2021, just because we can. So like the trigger here would be what is this person makes an introduction. And this is obviously not something that we would do, but that's just kind of like a trigger, you know, for this. And then ambassador, and let's put this is like a +10 REtoken event, right? So this is a trigger where the new person for doing an introduction, and the kind of thing, you know, we provide like an example, and you know, we provide, and people make good introductions, and like people see, and then they want to replicate that behavior. So like, you know, we're creating incentives here, and you know, maybe we should, and we might have to, like, if people just like wave, like, do we really want to give 10 REtoken for somebody just, you know, waving? But you know, we don't want to just, so anyway, we'll have to, like, I'm just kind of like creating some initial framework. Anyway, moving down, let's add another item. So ambassador creates a new Discord thread, and this is a +10 REtoken. So, and this may trigger the you know, and I don't know exactly what this will look like, because the goal here is to also make the rewards distribution quicker, faster, and easier for everybody, right? So the way that we facilitate this right now might be a manual process, but like a month or two from now, it might be automated and dialed in and looking all pretty. The thing, DAO tooling and all of that stuff can change pretty quickly. So, and then like this could be the catalyst for triggering like an onboarding quest. And like one of the things, the other opportunity too that we have is to create some type of like Google form or type form or Airtable that we could maybe make that like onboarding quest, you know, step 5 or something. And I'm just putting that out there. So, and then what we can do here is that we've got this, and you know, this is a very, very rudimentary template. Like there's really not any details here, but we can just go ahead and make this a template. And then like what we can do over here, and we've got this right here, again, templates bounty board. And then when we're ready to, like, we can use this for, let's see, create card from template. And this would be where we could put in John Doe, John or Jane Doe. And then create card. And then there's our new, and then this can be a, you know, a the bounty or whatever. So that's kind of some ways that I was thinking of that we can get some REtoken in new people's hands quickly and easily, and get them acclimated more to the threaded Discord culture that we're creating here. So what are some people's thoughts on this bounty here that we can start, you know, creating a higher touch environment, but then also, you know, acclimating them to the REtoken culture as a part of a onboarding quest. And I'm going to go on mute. I saw Andy pop in. Welcome, Andy. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hello, thank you. Sorry it took me so long. I got confused on how to get in.
Yeah, and one of the things too, and I want to put this out, like that's an opportunity that we have, and that we're working on better solutions. Like we have been emailing people that find that more effective. And the reason that we keep on doing that was that the consensus was from the team that was benefiting that was that they got value in receiving those Zoom links via email. So anybody that's interested in having one easy to consume manner, and it also comes with a calendar invite for people that like working off of a calendar. We also have the Google REtoken calendar that makes it very easy. And I'll actually go show that real quick. But going back to the question here was this opportunity for ambassadors to enhance the onboarding experience, provide the opportunity for some new members to our community to earn some REtoken as well. Are there any concerns of this proposal, or is this something that we want to see how it works and then go from there?
I think we should just try and see how it goes.
I see a thumbs up from Dax. Thanks, Dax. So I'll kick this through the proposal process. I want us to feel empowered to start doing this now, and that with the expectation that we will receive the REtoken, and then, you know, if the DAO says, no, that's a dumb idea, then we'll, you know, change course. But that's not happened yet, and I don't anticipate that will happen for this opportunity too. And this is the kind of thing too that I would encourage everybody to be thinking of, as far as like the DAO has clearly identified that we need to improve the onboarding experience, and that's one of the things that we'll be talking about at the dev team call tomorrow. And that let me actually go to the calendar here real quick, because we don't have too much more time and want to be respectful of everybody's time on Friday. This was the week 51, the upcoming week, Christmas week next week. This is the week, this is the that we're in right now. This is the call that we're on. We do have the dev team call for people that want to learn more about getting things done. We have that opportunity on Clubhouse. And that's tomorrow morning. That's a fun format that we hang out and learn more and have fun conversations with friends. But that's the main agenda that I had here for tonight on the ambassadors. And that's one of the things too, like there's a lot of initiatives here. We're learning this coordinate. We're trying to get some legs and identify as far as some opportunities, and just trying to get some easy wins here to also make people feel more welcome in the community too.
Hi, Jason. For tomorrow book reading, you do offer REtokens for that, right? Just so that we can invite our people here tonight to visit us at Clubhouse tomorrow.
That's not something that we've like put forward. I mean, we can run that through a proposal if you want to kick that off, Amy. I would absolutely be supportive. I think that it's a fun experience, and then also the opportunity to learn with like-minded people in the conversation. But that's something that I think that it would be more responsible for us to put forward, because we haven't, and it's also hosted in the DAO Hack Club on Clubhouse. So
I must have misunderstood it. I think you were talking about OAP during that time. So
we do have a the DAO Hack POAP, and we do have the opportunity that the DAO Hack is also a tokenized Web3 community. We do have the opportunity of giving social tokens out for that, but that's a completely different. And you know, like I said, if you wanted to kick up a proposal, I would absolutely throw my vote behind that, because I think that it's a fun, and we love, that's the bottom line. We love having fun. And you know, the thing is that if it gets out of control, then we might have to take a step back and say, hey, you know, this opportunity, it's costing us too much and it's not returning enough value for that. And that's one of the great ways with how that we are itemizing our airdrops for our tokenomics here in season 0 is it's very easy on a line item basis to discern whether something makes sense and then change course and direction if it doesn't, the collective DAO as a whole. And that's one of the things, like we have a POAP for people that do their first snapshot proposal. And like within the last week or two, Mrs. Yonks, Blursday, and DSign, I haven't actually created that yet, but that's one of the things that's on my to-do list. But they will be getting a one-of-one first snapshot proposal. And that's one of the things that for people that want to be in more involved in our governance process, I mean, I've created videos on that. And again, I would be supportive of that. So, you know, but again, it's something that I want to, you know, be responsible about, not just say, hey, this wasn't my, like, you know, anyway, that's the thoughts on that, Amy.
I think I just misunderstood it, but if you are giving away the DAO hack token for that program, that would be good enough. I don't know why I mixed the two, so I'm sorry.
Well, we've got so many tokens, it's easy to do, and that's one of the things too, is that like there'll be some more opportunity. I mean, like this purple thing, and you were on the call earlier today with, and that was one for Silicon Prairie, even though that was an external event with us. And we felt that, you know, with learning the regulation crowdfunding, that's the opportunity that we believe is the best fit for our niche that we're focusing on, which right now is tokenizing single family houses here in America. And that's, to be clear, we're not limiting ourselves. We're wanting to, we believe that we can create the foundation. We also believe that the security regulations that exist here in the US, once we crack that nut, then we believe that we can figure out how to apply that process on a global basis. That being said, we also don't believe that it makes sense to take under the, like, us, REtoken, going through the process of becoming a registered broker dealer as a crowdfunding platform based upon our understanding of the securities regulations. And that's a whole nother conversation. I'm going off onto the weeds, and we're already a few minutes over here tonight. But to bring the conversation back home, yeah, if people want to hang out on Clubhouse, love that. We've got our ambassadors call next week at and I'm going to just remove these question marks here real quick and get that as far as the and then the other thing too, the to go back to this checklist, this is something that I would encourage people to do, and I will I'll probably even go through, when I see the opportunity, to create a very quick snippet of where you can watch that in action, and I'll be more intentional. I just wanted to show everybody the process of like creating this template, kind of all here, the opportunity that we have to use this Trello tool as well. And next actions right now, I think the next actions are to begin using, and I'm going to create this too, create sesh poll in voting proposals for intro REtoken bonus.
Hey, Jason, I have a suggestion.
Yes, go ahead, Amy.
I just remember this. I know you've put up a lot of YouTube videos out there. And what I've noticed when I'm watching other YouTube videos, they would say at the very end, or even in between, if you like what you're seeing, hit the like button and hit subscribe. They remind the viewers how to do that. To do that. And the reason why I'm saying that is when I go to these clubhouse rooms and the topic goes to DAOs or real estate or things like that, I would bring up our project, and I would tell them that we're on YouTube. And if I'm driving traffic there, hope that we can capture them. You know what I mean? So make sure before you end, you mention that, or even during, in the beginning, during whatever. That way we can capture the viewers that are coming into our site to see. Because I brag about our project. I tell them everything we do is YouTube. We're very transparent, and blah blah blah. So if you see more visits than most, it would be nice if you start, you know, promoting to click the like button and subscribe button, things like that.
Well, thank you. And for anybody that was listening, if you haven't already smashed the like or the subscribe button, do that now. And I wanted to thank Poopster too. I was just catching up on some of the YouTube comments. So yes, you probably were the first YouTube viewer, and I'm still shocked, Poopster, that you watched any of the tokenomics videos that we posted. Our live stream game has definitely elevated since then. And that's one of the things too, to put that out to the universe, is that we are absolutely hoping to find somebody that's like, man, I would really love to be involved, and I love like live stream or want to help produce, or maybe I just want to learn something new. And that's something that's like, because that's definitely a need and an opportunity. And the quantity of live streams that we are creating is not going down, but only going up. And that's largely evidenced by our calendar. Because like, here's this calendar this week, last week, and look at it, like not rewinding too far back. And that's what it looked like, you know. It was so the calendar has gotten a lot busier, and that's the exciting thing about REtoken relaunch month here. And again, just kind of a takeaway, be thinking about like how that we want to characterize the ambassadors team here. And this is kind of like all an ongoing work in progress. Like one of the things, and this isn't something that I actually had as an agenda, and this is something that I would really like, one of the things that I was starting to play around with a little bit, just to kind of put a Yonks experience on it, with you will. And this is kind of where I'm encouraging everybody to utilize some own creative thinking here. Like I created this On Board with Yonks channel, and I hosted a DAO orientation intro AMA On Board with Yonks. And at the end of that, I created this piece of content, this YouTube video, and take a look at this video here. And this is one of the things that I'm going to create another bounty for, where I would actually really appreciate people's feedback, because until I get some feedback, I don't really know. And you know, I can rewatch my own video and make some notes, but like, you know, the opportunity for other people to watch that and say, hey, this would have been great, but maybe like, and like, because the goal is to create like a template or like a checklist where I can go down and kind of like, and that's one of the things too, things change so fast. And that was more of a seat of the pants type of dynamic, but the opportunity of being more intentional. And then like maybe somebody that here at REtoken that wants to be an ambassador, that wants to have a voice, and it's like, hey, I want to be a Web3 monk badass, or whatever the case may be, however that you want to identify, that would be an opportunity that you could have. And like, hey, I want to, you know, have my own orientation call, and you maybe I could co-host it, or maybe I could just help you produce it, and you know, have it be your type of a dynamic, because everybody has their own voice. Like how Rosetta speaks to her community and the people that she has a voice to.
Jason, how Rosetta speaks to the community is the voice that should be in all of our heads. And we would just, I'll be calm and happy all the time.
That is probably very, very true. So
also, Poopster destroyed the like button. The like button has been smashed, crushed into a million pieces, hit with a sledgehammer. Thank you, Poopster. You're my very favorite person in this community, including myself. I just want to throw that out there.
Well, and the reason that I brought up Rosetta is that we all love hearing Rosetta when she graces us with her lovely voice. So we are looking forward to providing the opportunity for and not only providing the opportunity, but encouraging people. And that's kind of like, you know, I really am feeling compelled because I don't feel that we REtoken have delivered content yet. And that's like, hey, please, somebody, I mean, Dax and Amy can attest. I was like, hey, can somebody please lead the core team here during December so that I can lead the content team? I mean, that conversation occurred in our chat core team. And so, and I wanted to thank Dax for stepping up here. It sounds like D-Sign's a little under the weather. So prayers to D-Sign so that he gets to feeling better. And if you want to catch up a little bit here after this live stream, Dax, as far as getting that all facilitated, we're here to support you. So don't feel like you're left out to the limb or the wings or whatever. But what that's what we're excited, and like that's really what feeds a lot of my passion, is seeing other people step up and take initiative. And when more people start taking more initiative, that's really when the autonomy starts occurring in the decentralized autonomous organization. So when more people, and when we create that framework where that autonomy starts happening organically, and I'm so excited about the culture that we have, because we've done a lot of great things. Things are starting to just really take form. We're still in a funding stage, and the opportunity for us to get better at creating proposals. And that's one of the feedback that we still need to circulate to the team as far as Token Town. But coming back to the ambassadors, I just brought it. This was something that I wanted to bring up. And I will absolutely, for people, this is a bounty that I'm going to create where I would love to hear some feedback, and I'll probably do a 2-tier type of a deal. And I don't know what that's going to look like, and I don't know if that makes sense, but if you're interested in providing some feedback on this and you want to participate in that bounty, reach out and we can work on getting that structured so that it makes sense for everybody. And that's probably something that I'll run here for a while, because we're slowing down a little bit for the holiday week there, and give people the opportunity to provide some good feedback. And I'll put this as a specific agenda and circulate that through this work in progress bounty workflow that we're working on creating. It's all very much a work in progress, but I'm going to stop talking. I would love to hear some final thoughts. We're already 15 minutes over, and it is a Friday night. And thank you everybody for being here. You all are amazing.
I'm excited we have so many people that are interested in being ambassadors. I know we didn't get to as much of that as I wanted to, but I think we got a good start on this thing. But something I just want to encourage all of you guys for next time is start thinking about the formats that you want to be an ambassador in, whether that's starting a local meetup group, if you're comfortable with that, or reaching out to other Discords like a Doublemat, or just welcoming people and really engaging people who are already in our Discord, but that don't really participate. I mean, there's all kinds of ways that we can use internally and external ambassadors to reach out to the community and to other Discords and to just all kinds of, so just start brainstorming what and who you would like to be ambassador to, what communities that looks like, or where your comfort level is, and that'll give us a really good start of how we want to shape this program.
Yeah, thanks for bringing up the meetup dynamic. And one of the things too that we really want to do is make it easy for everybody, like template stuff, and like the opportunity here. You can see this is the REtoken, and this is one of the things, we aren't meetup experts, so the opportunity for people to really like help us create some framework around this absolutely exists. But thanks for bringing that up again, Tyler. And yeah, we're laying a solid foundation. Like, this is one of the things that's very exciting about Meetup right here, where it says part of REtoken, the real estate DAO. So this is basically like a subgroup of where we've got like the mothership over here, and the opportunity to have potentially thousands of meetup groups and really get some solid workflow. And you started seeing how we can have some of this autonomy within Coordinate and scalability. But anyway, I'm going to go on mute again. Thanks for bringing that up, Tyler.
Yeah, and
Good
one
night,
other thing.
everyone.
Oh,
Have a
one
good
last thing
weekend.
on those bounty boards, take a look. if you guys want to earn some extra tokens, take a look at those bounties. There's a lot of stuff that we can claim. So take a look at that thing. If you don't have access to the Trello board, just send me a DM. I'll invite you. So that's it. So good night, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. I'm ending the live stream. Thanks for hanging out, whoever was on the live stream.
Yeah, take care, everybody. Good stuff.